Hello and welcome to Honeybees and Orchids. This video is all about Dendrobium loddigesii. Loddigesii. I'm not sure exactly how it's called, but it's another video in the Care Collab series. This is a Care Collab between Cloudforest Vibes Orchids and more, Ynse Schaap, Fernando, Nascimento Orchids and Succulents, Todd's Tropicals, me, Honeybees and Orchids, and last but certainly not least, Roger from Roger's Orchids. So that's quite a bit. Now about the loddigesii. The history. It is a miniature to small-sized, cool-growing epiphyte, terrestrial and litophytic plant. It comes from Laos, Vietnam, Guangdong, Guangxi, Chuzhou, Hainan and Yunnan province of China, so China, and Hong Kong, and it really likes living in humid, mossy forests, mixed forests, at about 1,000 to 1,500 meters. The blooms look absolutely gorgeous. The history of the plant with me. These are the first keikis Roger took off in the at the loddigesii and were auctioned off. Well, it was not, didn't have to pay. It was well, you could send in your name, and he did a draw, and the one that came up won, and I won the Dendrobium loddigesii keikis on a mount, which immediately had me scared because it was my first mount. And that is visible because in 2019 it really struggled with me. This is a great example. This is the cane it came with. That is the cane it grew in 2019 when I was figuring out how to care for mounts. This is the cane of last year, which is the same size as the keiki was. And mine skipped blooming, which is not a problem. Look at that big new growth coming. And they are all coming back in growth. That's a new growth. There's a new growth. There's a new growth. And they all followed the same pattern. This too. This was the original keiki. It grew this last year, which is way smaller. And then, no, it grew that in 2019. This it grew in 2020. So I suspect it might be reaching blooming size. I think if I knew how to handle mounts, it would be blooming size already. But better late than ever. In the meantime, Roger's mother plant, he took off another batch of keikis, which he will be showing in his video. And the mother plant went to Ynse, which he will be showing in his video. That went in the orchids to go to 2020 bidding war. Bidding war. Well, bidding fun, I should have said. So how do I care for it? In summer, daily watering. If it's really dull weather, I'll sometimes skip a day. I will be feeding it quite a bit harder than I did last year, and especially the year before. So to really push the new canes, and might even entice another batch of canes. I am lucky, mostly they sprout from the bottom of the plants. There is a very small growth, but this one is still growing, even through winter. So that's what doing, I am growing it like this, because loddigesii is a rambler. It really loves growing canes, which get heavy, fall down, and from there they cakey and sprout and move on. And I had it growing like this, just hanging, which is okay. But I think this looks way better, because this is the way it likes to grow. Just on a fallen branch or in moss or leaf litter, and it rambles in due time all over. So that's how I'm growing it. I'm growing it in the home, where it's in winter max 20 degrees and at night 15 to 16 degrees, which might be a bit too warm for a winter resting Dendrobium as it is. And it is a true rester. But first let's grow big enough canes to bloom, and then we'll worry about giving it some extra cold. So it's coming back in growth. In summer it can get quite warm, and the night temperatures, if I'm lucky, but mostly not, do not really drop. It's really dependent on what the weather outside does. But most of the summer the temperature during the day is 27 to 28 degrees, and it falls down to 24, 25 if we're lucky at night, because, well, it's too well ventilated. It's not too well ventilated, too well insulated, so the temperature doesn't really drop. In winter it does, so that's great. But in summer it's well, it can be quite annoying. Luckily we got lots of rain in the Netherlands in the summer, as to well, that keeps the humidity a bit more acceptable. So this is how I grow my Dendrobium loddigesii. It should have been in way better condition, but I think it's starting to kick off now. And let's push it, and push it quite hard, just to make the biggest cane, just to make the biggest canes that grew for me in its whole life. So go check the other videos of the other channels. Please leave a like and a subscribe if you liked the videos, and also with the other channels. If you would like to join in on a care collab, please let one of us know, or let me know, so we can pick a date and have us a care collab of our own. It can be of any orchid that's in my collection. It doesn't have to be from the loddigesii. And that's it for now. Well, I hope to see you soon on another 100 Bees and Orchids video. Have a nice day, happy growing, stay safe, and see you soon. Houdoe.